Hi, Karen Curry here, author of the #1 best-selling book, Understanding Human Design, here with your Human Design Weekly Evolution Report. We've got some big shifts and changes again this week, so bear with me as I move as quickly through all of this as I can. We started the week finishing up the last little transit with the 3420 in the Sun and the Earth, which gives us the energy of being super busy. So if you felt in the last few days like you're busier than usual or even more exhausted because you've been super busy, just rest assured, it's all in the planets. By tomorrow, Tuesday, you're going to see a shift in the Sun and the Earth energy, and we move into the 16 and the 9. So we're entering into this week where we have an energy of focused enthusiasm, which can be fabulous if you're clear and you know where you're going. Also, it's important when this energy is playing because it brings with us sort of a theme of enthusiasm, which is fabulous. You know, if you've been preparing, if you've been maybe over-preparing, if you've been stuck in inadequacy, this enthusiastic energy that comes this week is going to really push you to really take action this week. It's an action-oriented week, preceded by an action-oriented week last week. However, because it's got the theme of focus underneath in the Earth, you might struggle this week with being focused or feeling focused. It's really easy with this energy to be completely obsessed with an idea and be wandering around doing all kinds of other things, but not actually sitting down and concentrating on what you need to concentrate on to bring that idea into form. So really important this week, if you're struggling to really concentrate on what you're focused on, take yourself somewhere where there's a bigger collective aura, like a coffee shop or someplace where you can pick up on other people's energies that can support you in feeling a little bit more like you can concentrate on what you're focused on. So now, that being said, it's a really, really powerful energy for kind of pointing forward, for taking action, for leaping out there. I often think of the gate 16, which is what's in our Sun, as kind of like the Fool card in the tarot. It's that naive, sort of beautiful, pure first step on a long journey. The thing to remember, though, is, if you look at the Fool card closely, you'll notice the guy is stepping off the ledge. Don't make your decisions with your head. Use your human design strategy. For most of you, that means let the next step come to you. Don't go out and try to make it happen with your head. Let it show up for you and follow what feels good to you and let it naturally unfold for you. Mercury goes from the 12 to the 15 on Tuesday as well. So we've been talking about or not talking about a lot of different things. The theme of being in the mood to talk or not has been playing out for a while. We're now moving with the 15, which is the gate of extremes, but it's also the gate for the love of humanity. So as we play with this enthusiastic, focused energy, we're also in a beautiful way, moving into conversations and bringing messages forth about how we can make a difference for humanity and what we can do to really support our divine siblings. However, because it's also the gate of extremes, be aware that while you're trying to focus, you might find yourself being focused on extreme ways or trying to do extreme things to keep yourself focused. And God forbid, if you marry the enthusiastic energy of this week with the energy of the extremes in Mercury, don't be so extremely enthusiastic that you end up leaping into chaos. So take your time this week. As I said, let things unfold. That 15 energy might knock you off of your regular habits. Don't get upset if you can't keep your routine this week. You're not supposed to. Next week you can get back to your routine. All right. Venus is in the gate 3, so in our relationships we're very deeply involved with the idea of transforming and mutating. Certainly, it's a nice time if you're trying to have a child or you're looking at conceiving a child. Certainly, this is any child that's conceived this week or conceived with this energy is a child that's going to bring with them the theme of transformation and change or mutation. Certainly the other aspect of the 3, particularly when we look at some of the longer term planets, when this energy plays out, we're really being moved towards finding the work that transforms us or finding the work that transforms the world. So, this you'll see as we get into the bigger outer planets. This is a big shift that's going to happen all week and actually going to continue for us long into this year. We're looking for what's going to make a difference, what's going to bring change. And as we're moving towards this energy of new, or actually we're in this energy of new beginning, and we're moving with particularly the gate 37 and Neptune, looking for ways to create sustainably on this planet, that energy is going to continue to give fire to us. What do we need to do to bring transformation and change? What work needs to happen for us to make a difference in the way in which we work in this world and the way in which we be on this planet? So Mars goes from the 18 to the 48 on Thursday. That means that we've been experimenting with correcting patterns. We've been looking at how to correct patterns. We've been developing and maturing in our ability to correct patterns. Now we move into the 48, which gives us the depth. Now that 48 energy connects with the 16 in the sun for the next 7 days. So what we see when we get that whole channel, that 48-16, is that we've got the depth and the enthusiasm, we've got the knowledge and the ability to go out and share our message, and also the ability to go out and really intuitively know what needs to be done, how deep do we need to go, or when is it time to take action. Again, there's so much shifting with this energy and so much energy here that really supports getting out there and doing it. But again, doing it in response, or doing it with an invitation, or doing it as you wait out your 28 days if you're a reflector, doing it after you've waited out your emotional wave if you're a manifester. The only type that really is going to just be able to go do it all week long no matter what is going to be the manifester who is emotionally undefined. All right. We have the 53 in Jupiter. Again, that's that energy that supports us making this brand new beginning. We've got a big change today, on Monday. Big change. Saturn moves from the 43 to the gate 1. Saturn is a planet, we often call it the great teacher, the great destroyer, the great punisher in traditional astrology. Saturn in alchemy was the energy that burned away the dross to reveal the gold from the lead, okay? So Saturn is a very powerful energy that helps us getting rid of the things that don't work, getting rid of the things that are not supporting us in the evolution and the expression of our authentic self. When Saturn moves from the 43, where we've been for a while, 43 gave us the ability to it really gave us the ability to stay focused in our mindset, to ignore what everybody else was saying. It helped us really move forward without, it's kind of like Saturn gave us extra blinders. So your ability to kind of stay the path, stay true to the course, see the end mark, that's been really lovely, beautifully supported with Saturn in the last few months. Now we move to the 1. The 1 is the most yang of all the hexagrams or the gates. It's yang-yang in the traditional Chinese I Ching. It's a very powerful, very active-oriented energy, and it's an energy that seeks to make a unique creative contribution to the world. This is an energy that comes straight from the soul. So as we move into this 1 energy, there's pressure, and my clients who have this gate in their natal charts often report this. There's this pressure to fulfill your life purpose and your life mission. And if you've been worrying about that and that's starting to come up for you, it's in the planets, and it's an important question. If you're feeling like, I'm out of alignment, or I'm really not doing what I came here to do, or what is my life path, or what is my life mission, this is the energy that this position of Saturn is going to start calling up in us. Now, given the fact that we are also in this cycle of new beginnings with Jupiter, and we've got all this energy for moving forward that we're playing with as we're in this cycle of the year that's all about momentum and moving forward and building and doing the work that's all about building. And with Saturn shifting into this energy, we're going to get an extra dose of either pressure or fear or frustration or panic if you're not on task, or an opportunity for us to continue to deepen our clarity about what are you here to do? What's your life purpose? What's your life mission? And of course, because the universe doesn't just throw these things out for fun, you're also going to get with it all the corroborating support necessary for you to begin to either discover or to fully express that unique contribution that is you. And each and every one of you has a unique contribution to make. So don't think this is about painting or being artistic or anything like that. Some of us are more artistic, but we are all creative. You are going to find for yourself in this cycle your way to express the creative nature of the beauty and the magnificence of your soul. So cool. All right, we've got, of course, we've got the 51 in Uranus. Again, I talked about that last week, so if you want to learn more about that, watch last week's video. But definitely we're in this energy where anything can happen. And again, if we're out of alignment with our truth, bam, the universe is going to call you out. So get lined up with your truth. Don't be out of integrity. Do what's correct for you. Have the courage to move forward. Again, with the 37 in Neptune, we've got all this energy supporting us creating this sustainable future, all this energy about resources, peace, and harmony. This is a lot of dodgy energy, but that 37 coming in Neptune has the potential to really soften all of this. It's a transition that can be eased with a lot of hand-holding and love from the universe. We've got the 38 in Pluto, which means we're expanding and deepening our awareness of what's worth fighting for. We've been working with this for a while. Again, we're in this process of evaluating what's important, what's valuable. With the 50 and the 3 in the nodes, all of this is all about ultimately in the big picture. We are redefining our value system. The value system that's changing ultimately is going to be the value system that is part of the foundation of our new economy as we blossom into this new reality. So everything that's shifting, everything that's changing, it's not anything that's going to happen overnight. This is stuff that we've been working on for a long time now and that we're going to continue to work on. But ultimately, in the big picture of humanity, we're changing our values and we're moving towards an energy that is going to allow us to create a value system that is fair and equal and sustainable for everybody on the planet. I'm not making this up. The chart says it, okay? Anyway, big week again. Buckle your seatbelts, stay connected to Source. Don't worry if you struggle with focus a little bit. Make sure this week you do your best to meditate, maybe not on your regular schedule because your schedule might change this week, but do your best to try to meditate, stay connected. If you get really freaked out about all the stuff going on in your head, go take a walk outside. Hopefully wherever you are, the weather is beautiful. Have a wonderful week. I'll talk to you again next week.